Hi everyone, Quentin Shires here with our second podcast. Today we're going to be talking about communication in recovery, which is a very important subject. I'm going to go through the different communication styles that people use, and I'm going to teach you how to become a little more assertive in your day-to-day life. So let's go through some of the communication styles. The first communication style is aggressiveness. Some people communicate aggressively, and this can include them being actual physical with people, yelling, screaming, cursing, being intimidating with their body language. This type of communication style can actually be quite intimidating for others, so they actually try and gain power and control by using this form of communication. The second communication style people can use is passiveness. Being passive is kind of like being withdrawn. So what will happen is, for example, if I was passive, I wouldn't be expressing my feelings, concerns, or thoughts about anything. So if someone said to me, Quentin, do you want to go out for pizza? I would be like, that sounds fantastic, let's go. And I wouldn't actually explain to them that I don't like pizza, and therefore I would be miserable. The third communication style is passive aggressiveness. This is where, for example, if I had a fight with my boss, say, for example, and what would happen then is we would work it out and she would say, is everything fine now? And I'd be like, yes, everything's great. And then what would I do for the rest of the day? Slam doors, give her the silent treatment, talk behind her back, those types of things. That's called passive aggressiveness. The fourth style of communication is mixed messages. Similar to that as passive aggressiveness, I do want to put this into its own category. Mixed messages is basically saying one thing and doing something else. So for example, saying I love you but then hurting you emotionally, saying I love you but then hurting you physically, saying I love you but cheating on you, or lying to you. Whatever those things are, that is a mixed message, which is an extremely unhealthy form of communication. What is assertiveness then? Because that's the fifth communication style and the one communication style that we should strive for. Being assertive means that we're able to voice our thoughts, our opinions, and our feelings to another person without putting them on the defensive. So, for example, we don't want to ignore the other person's feelings about a subject, but we do want to state to them how we're feeling. Being assertive puts people off of being on the defensive and actually helps them open up to understand other points of view. Although this can be very difficult in recovery, actually, even if you're not in recovery, this is an extremely difficult process. But this is how we can be assertive. Always start off an assertive statement by saying, I feel. So for example, I could say, I feel sad. And then when you, whatever the behavior is. So for example, I feel sad when you yell. What does that do? It puts the actual onus on you. You're owning your feelings. And this is important to let other people know how you feel. Then when you're assertive, we'd like to also come up with a behavior plan, what I call a behavior plan, to help everyone communicate better. So state to the person what you would like and ask them how they feel about that too. This allows them to be in control still at the same time. One word comes from being assertive, and to me that is compromising. Assertiveness is a win-win situation. That's what we want to get from it. So we want to compromise with the other person. We might not have the ideal thought of what could be the right thing to do, and they might. So by compromising with them, it helps them just not be as aggressive and tones down any high emotions that could be going on. It's important to understand that when changing communication patterns in relationships, the relationship, to be honest, can suffer from this, and I'll be honest about that. Just say I am a passive person, and I'm passive over here, and the person I'm talking to is aggressive over here. If I find myself communicating assertively and moving myself along the line to assertiveness in the middle, what will happen is oftentimes the other person will become more aggressive to try and push me back to being passive or to what they're used to. So you can run the risks of relationship conflicts when that happens. So how do we get through this? We both learn communication styles. That is by having our family involved with treatment and also having ourselves involved in individual counseling to learn the different communication styles. This, of course, takes time, so I don't want people to suddenly become experts of being assertive, because that can also be quite a challenge. So I'd like, if you want to start being assertive, basically start off small and be assertive in small areas and work your way up. That is kind of what the best idea is. And of course, if you have any questions, please contact us, any of us at Transformations. We'll be happy to help you. We do cover assertiveness training in our program and also in our family program as well. So come along, find out what that's about. We will participate in role plays and get you going to become more assertive. Thanks everyone for watching. See you next time.